Welcome, beloved soul. You did not find this message by chance. There is something stirring in the unseen realms. The angels have been whispering on your behalf. And today, I've been sent to gently confirm what your spirit has quietly sensed. All along, someone has been prepared for you. Not just any person, but a soul God has woven with threads that match yours in divine purpose. A sacred partnership that has little to do with the outer world's noise, and everything to do with the harmony of destiny, timing, and divine orchestration. You may not know their name yet, but the heavens do, and you may not have met them in this life, but your spirits are already drawn to one another by God's eternal wisdom. Let's begin. Not with empty details, but with the whispers of heaven that long to comfort your heart and still your anxious thoughts. The angels are speaking. Clearly now, your future spouse's presence has already been sensed in your spirit. You felt it during quiet moments, during longings that didn't make sense, during tears you couldn't explain, during prayers that came from the depths of your soul. And now, something is shifting. You are beginning to perceive what once felt vague and distant. You are hearing the details, because you are finally still enough to receive. This is not a guessing game. This is revelation. This is not about control. This is surrender. And the angels are not revealing these things to provoke obsession, but to draw you into deeper trust and holy alignment. Now listen closely, for their message is layered, sacred, and gentle like rain on dry earth. Your future spouse may not come from the land you expected. In fact, the place of their birth may have once seemed far from you. But distance has never been a barrier for God. He moves across oceans and languages, across maps and borders to bring soul to soul and promise to fulfillment. The angels say they carry a nationality that complements you. Not simply in culture, but in soul temperament. Perhaps they are from a nation known for stillness, tradition, or reverence. Or perhaps they are from a place where resilience is woven into every breath. Their nationality is not just where they were born, it is part of the spiritual symbolism of who they are, and how they were formed, and what they carry to help shape your shared future. You may be drawn to a specific country lately. It may show up in dreams, in conversations, in passing images or quiet nudges. That is not coincidence. It is confirmation. The angels are guiding your perception. So you begin to recognize, not chase, but recognize when the divine connection is finally revealed, and what of their age. Here is where the heavens often defy human expectation. The angels say, there is a difference in your timelines. Not in maturity, but in preparation. One of you was awakened earlier. The other, perhaps delayed by hardship, or sheltered by grace, has bloomed more recently. This is not a mistake. It's the echo of divine wisdom. God allowed one to gather spiritual endurance, while the other was being formed in purity and perspective. You may be older than they are, or you may be younger. Either way, the age difference is intentional. Because God is not choosing based on years, He is pairing based on seasons. You are entering the same season of readiness, even if your earthly calendars don't align. So do not fear the difference. Honor it, because it is a divine distinction, not a human defect. And now, the angels are whispering about their city. Not just where they are now, but where your souls will meet. This city has spiritual significance. It may be a place you've dreamed of visiting. It may be a place you left long ago. Or it may be a city that suddenly begins showing up in your path. Listen for the signs. Not obsessively, but with trust. The angels speak not in chaos, but in quiet patterns, confirmations, echoes, that guide your steps gently, like light on a path in the forest. Their city may be filled with rivers, or surrounded by mountains. It may carry a history of prayer, or be marked by new beginnings. But what matters most is that this city is sacred to your connection. It is where something holy will begin, or where something already destined will bloom. Pause with me here. Dear soul, if this message is speaking to your spirit, take a moment to rest your heart. And if you feel led, subscribe for more gentle guidance that nourishes your soul. Leave a comment with your reflections or prayer request. I would be honored to pray with you. And if this message has blessed you deeply, you may offer a super thanks. It helps this channel continue producing peaceful spiritual content and brings this message to more souls who are quietly waiting for divine confirmation. Just like you, now let us return to the stillness. What you are being called into is not fantasy. It is divine alignment. And part of alignment is timing. The angels do not rush. God does not hurry. And so neither should you. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are being prepared. And so is the one your soul is destined to love. As you continue to draw near to God, you will begin to sense their spirit more clearly. You'll notice that your dreams begin to shift. Your longings begin to mature. Your prayers deepen. And your heart softens, not in desperation, but in sacred expectancy. You are being led to love by the hand of the Holy One, and the angels go before you. They are removing obstacles. They are silencing doubts. They are making the path straight. Between you, the distance will close. The time will come. The place will be revealed. And when you meet, it will not feel like the first time. It will feel like remembrance. For now, keep surrendering. Keep trusting. Keep walking in peace. Let your heart rest in this truth. God's timing is never off. The angels are never late. And your story is already unfolding beautifully, gently, and in perfect divine order. And when it comes, you will know. You won't need to chase it or doubt it. Because peace will confirm what words cannot. We will continue in part 2, beloved. 1. Until then, stay close to God, for where He is, your destiny draws near. Welcome again, dear soul. You have returned not for curiosity, but because your spirit longs for deeper peace, deeper clarity, deeper communion with the one who holds your future gently. In His hands, let us enter once again into the stillness, the sacred quiet where the angels speak, where your heart listens without fear, and where God's divine wisdom flows like a stream through the valleys of your longing. The angels are still, speaking. They are not silent concerning your future spouse. They are surrounding your journey with soft light, guiding your inner sight to begin perceiving the path of holy partnership being formed. Let's return to the 3 messages the angels continue to confirm: their nationality, their age, and their city. Each one, a thread in the divine tapestry God is weaving for your future. You may feel a deep stirring when hearing certain languages lately, a reverence when you see the flag of a particular country, or even a quiet fascination with a culture you've never studied, but now feels like home to your soul. That is not random. It is the early music of spiritual familiarity. Your soul is beginning to tune itself to the essence of your future spouse's life. Their nationality is not meant to divide, but to expand. God brings people together not to make them the same, but to sanctify their differences in love. If they are from another nation, you will not be confused. You will feel peace. If their accent differs from yours, it will not feel strange. It will feel like comfort. Their foods, customs, rhythms of life, they will not overwhelm you. They will feel like layers of a story you somehow already knew, and in you, they will find the same: a mirror, a balance, a home. Some angels are assigned specifically to prepare you for this merging. They soften hearts. They break generational fear. They open doors across oceans. So do not worry if the nationality revealed is distant from your current place. God's plan never fails to bridge distance when destiny is involved. And now, beloved, let us return to the mystery of age. You may wonder why the difference exists, why the person prepared for you is older, or why they may be younger than you anticipated. The angels say, your souls agreed to meet in a divine moment, not defined by the number of earthly years, but by the maturity of spirit. The one who is older may carry the calm of wisdom. The one who is younger may bring the freshness of joy. Both are needed, both are holy, and both reflect the balance God desires for this sacred union. If you are older, do not shrink. Do not fear being too late. You are not behind. You are being entrusted with someone who will value the grace you've gained through time. If you are younger, do not fear being misunderstood. You are not immature. You are the answer to a long-awaited prayer, carrying strength wrapped in purity. And fire, the angels want you to remember this. You are not being paired by age. You are being joined by purpose, by season, by destiny. This is not a relationship formed in haste or by worldly standards. It is the slow unfolding of God's best. So let your heart soften. Let old judgments fall away. And trust that when you meet, the age difference will melt beneath the warmth of divine recognition. And now, the angels are gently placing something before your spirit. A vision of a city glowing quietly on the horizon of your life. The city is tied to your future spouse. It is either where they are now, where you will meet, or where your shared life will bloom. It may be a place you have never visited, but feel drawn to. You may have seen it in dreams, or passed through it once, never knowing it held spiritual significance. God speaks through places, just as He does through people. The city may not be glamorous. It may not be famous, but it holds a frequency of favor. It is where divine appointments await. You may be relocated there. You may be invited to visit. Or it may be where your spouse has already begun preparing space for the life you will share. Pay attention. Not to pressure yourself, but to allow curiosity to be baptized in peace. Let God gently unveil what has always been written. Take a breath now, beloved. This is a lot to receive. But you were made to hold revelation, because your heart is being trusted with vision. If this message is stirring something deep within your soul, would you consider subscribing for more peaceful spiritual teachings like this? And if something here has confirmed what you've been sensing, leave a comment with your reflections or prayer request. We are walking this sacred path together. If the message has truly blessed you, you may also support this channel with a super thanks. That simple act of love helps continue this mission, so others waiting for divine clarity may find the peace and truth they long for. Thank you for being part of this spiritual family. We're growing together in grace. Now, let us keep walking. Angels are showing something more, a pattern. How you and your spouse have both been led through parallel seasons, different locations, different stories, but similar wildernesses. Both of you have known isolation. Both of you have been misunderstood. Both of you have cried the same prayers into the night. Both of you have waited longer than expected, and that is not wasted. That is holy preparation. God has been shaping your hearts like river stones, smooth, strong, and ready to be placed together at just the right moment. You may not realize it yet, but your spouse has been asking questions about you too. They may not know your name, but they've cried out for peace, for clarity, for love that doesn't break them. And God has heard both of your voices. That is why the angels are speaking so clearly now. The hour draws near. Not the hour of marriage, but the hour of knowing, the hour of deepening trust, the hour of sacred preparation. Do not rush it. Instead, let the knowledge settle in you like light at dawn. You don't need to go looking. You need only keep walking in obedience. God will handle the when. The angels will guide the how. And your heart will know the who. When the time is right, and the city becomes real, and the conversation opens, it will feel less like a surprise and more like a remembering. Because when God writes the story, it always ends in peace and begins in surrender. Hold on to hope, beloved. but not a hope that clings in fear, a hope that rests in faith that everything God is doing in your life now is not delaying the promise. It is building the foundation that trusts the pauses, honor the stillness, and rejoice in the glimpses, your future. Spouse is not far. They are not a fantasy. They are real. They are being prepared. And they are drawn to you by something greater than desire. They are being led by the voice of the same God who leads you. And soon, when the city opens and the timing aligns, you will know this was not just a message. It was prophecy. It was truth. It was love from heaven sent directly to your heart. We'll continue unfolding this sacred message in part 3. Until then, be still, be open, and above all be led by the Spirit, who knows all things and prepares all things in love. Welcome back, gentle heart. If you've stayed with this message until now, it is because something deep within you recognizes the sound of truth. Not just emotional comfort, but the kind of truth that awakens faith and steadies a soul that has been quietly waiting in the shadows. This is not just about knowing the details of your future spouse. This is about learning how to walk in spiritual maturity as love begins to rise on the horizon of your life. You were never meant to chase after love. You were created to become love, so that what is yours may find you in peace, in God's timing, and in holy alignment. And now, the angels have one final layer to reveal. A sacred closure to what began as a soft whisper, and has now become a clear, peaceful voice in your spirit. Let us begin again, gently. Prayerful. Why? There is no need to force revelation. It arrives like dew on morning grass, soft, undeniable, and full of light. The angels want you to know something more about their nationality, not just the earthly nation your spouse comes from, but the deeper meaning that nation holds for your relationship. God hides spiritual metaphors in the physical world. Their country may reflect a virtue you need, a spiritual strength you've prayed for. If they come from a land of deserts, you'll find in them the ability to endure dry seasons. If they come from islands, you'll discover in them the art of solitude, simplicity, and depth. If they were raised among mountains, they may carry resilience and quiet strength. If their homeland is filled with cities and sound, they may teach you how to find stillness within chaos. God didn't place them in that nation randomly. He allowed them to be formed in specific soil, so that what grows between you would be rich and meaningful. The nationality is not a label, it's a layer, it's a clue. And it's part of the divine poetry of your union. So if you've been seeing a flag often, or feel your heart stir when you hear a particular language, trust that. Lean into that. Let God speak through the quiet fascination. You're not idolizing a country, you're listening for alignment. You're recognizing where your blessing may rise. Now, let us turn again to their age. Time is God's instrument, not a burden. And the difference in your earthly years is not a barrier to intimacy. It is part of the story He's writing through your lives. The one who is older carries a mantle of stewardship. They have likely walked through fires they'll protect you from. They've seen enough to know what matters, and they'll remind you. When the world tries to distract you, the one who is younger brings purity of vision. They believe in miracles again. They've not yet been jaded by delay, and they'll reignite your faith when it flickers. The age difference may have once scared you. You may have resisted it. You may have prayed, Lord, let it be someone like me. But God is not interested in giving you what is like you. He's giving you who is for you. And that difference, that stretch, that unexpected contrast, is what will create balance and intercession in your shared life. Where one is tired, the other is strong. Where one is seasoned, the other is soft. Where one sees the big picture, the other nurtures the small, tender places. This is how heaven builds covenant. Not through sameness, but through sacred complement. So bless the difference. Bless the years between you. They are not a flaw. They are the fingerprints of heaven. Now, beloved, the angels speak once more about the city, the place of your meeting, or the place of your new beginning. Some of you will meet in a foreign land. While serving, traveling, or seeking God, you will not be expecting love, and yet it will be waiting there, hidden in plain sight. Some of you will meet locally, but your story will carry the fragrance of a distant city. You may be called there together, to build, to serve, to begin a new life that neither of you could have imagined, and some of you will return to a place you once thought you'd left behind, a city you once mourned, where nothing seemed to work. But now it will blossom, because the season has changed. And where there was sorrow, God will write redemption. Cities in the spiritual realm are more than geography. They are gateways. Some cities open doors of destiny. Others close chapters. With grace. Ask the Lord to show you where your soul feels drawn, not out of obsession, but out of trust. Let Him speak to you in dreams, in scripture, in signs, in unexpected conversations. And if a city name keeps returning to your heart, don't ignore it. Don't overanalyze it. Just hold it and let God confirm it in His time. Now, take a breath. You've received much, and I pray your spirit is not overwhelmed, but gently strengthened. If this message has spoken to you deeply, would you subscribe to receive more peaceful, spirit-led words like this? And I'd be honored if you would leave a comment below, share your thoughts, your prayer request, or even what God has revealed to you through this journey. And if this message has truly blessed your soul, and you feel led, you may offer a super thanks. Your support helps us continue producing content that reaches more hearts, hearts like yours, searching quietly for God's voice in a noisy world. Thank you for helping this message flow where it is most needed. Let us now prepare your heart for the final revelation. Because this is not just about knowing who, where, or when. This is about knowing what kind of love God is entrusting you with. The angels say, this union will be a sign. Not just for you, but for others. You are not being paired just for romance. You are being joined to display what divine timing looks like, what peace feels like, what trust produces. Others will look at your story and say, only God could have written this. And they'll be right. There will be confirmation, spiritual alignment, and unexpected familiarity when you meet. You'll feel as though you're continuing a conversation that began long ago in the spirit. There won't be confusion. There may be fear because it will feel so sacred, but there will also be calm. Holy calm, like arriving home. So don't rush to figure it all out. You are not meant to have all the details at once. God gives you enough light for the step you're on. And today's light is this: you are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not imagining the stirring in your soul. This is real. This is near. And heaven is guiding every breath of it. Your future spouse, their nationality, age, and city. These are pieces of the divine puzzle already being placed in alignment. Rest now, beloved. Do not grow weary in the waiting. For your promise walks closer each day. And in the perfect hour, God will say, now. And what you've hoped for in secret will blossom in the open. May peace cover you. May trust root deeply within you. And may love find you not because you chased it, but because you chose to rest in God and be led by His gentle hand. Until we meet again in the next word, the next prayer, or the next quiet confirmation. Know this: you are loved, you are watched over, and your story is already unfolding. Beautifully, bravely, and by divine design. Welcome back, beautiful soul. If your heart is still open, if your spirit is still listening, then you are exactly where you need to be. You are walking in trust now. You are walking in faith, not fantasy. You are learning how to wait with wisdom and how to recognize divine Timing with peace instead of panic. The angels have not stopped speaking. Their message is becoming clearer, not weaker. Because you, dear one, are becoming more still, more ready, more rooted in God's holy rhythm. This moment is not about more information. It is about deeper revelation. It is not about chasing signs. It is about becoming one. So as we step into part 4, let your soul breathe again. Release every anxious thought and enter into the flow of God's presence, where clarity is not earned, but given freely, gently, and in love. Now hear this again. Your future spouse is not a myth, not a wish, but a living, breathing child of God, being gently prepared just like you. The nationality they carry, the age they were born into, the city they dwell in, these are not obstacles. They are coordinates set by heaven, designed with sacred precision to draw you together at the appointed time. And now the angels want to take you deeper, not to give you dates or names, but to help you walk in such trust that even the unknown no longer feels like fear. It feels like preparation. Let's begin again with nationality. What God is doing through their background, their cultural story, is not about language or food or family names. It's about perspective. It's about what they'll bring into the relationship that will stretch you, sharpen you, soften you. Their heritage may carry spiritual boldness. They may come from a land where faith is fire, where the name of Jesus is not whispered, but declared. And you, perhaps quieter, more contemplative, will bring balance to that flame, or perhaps it is reversed. You come from a background rich in prayer and quiet intercession. And they come from a place that taught survival, grit, and courage. The blending of both will birth a partnership strong in love and deeply rooted in purpose. The angels say this clearly. The nation they come from is not a boundary, it is a bridge. So do not limit God by assuming your person must look like you, sound like you, come from where you come from. God is bigger than borders. And love, when sent by heaven, will cross every map to arrive on time. Now, what more can be said about age? You've heard the truth, but sometimes your heart still wrestles with it. Because the world has taught you to see age as power, as status, as a source of judgment, but the kingdom of God sees differently. The kingdom sees age as preparation, seasoning, sanctification. You may be matched with someone whose years on this earth differ greatly from yours. But when you speak, there will be no gap. Your spirits will stand eye to eye. Not in age, but in a anointing. They will understand your heart. You will understand theirs. Because what God brings together, He aligns from the inside out. Let your heart be comforted now. You are not being asked to settle. You are being called to trust. God knows what your soul needs. And He will not give you someone you must carry alone. He will give you someone who carries with you. So honor their age. Don't try to change it. Don't wish it away. Don't fear being seen as too old or too young. You are not a mistake. And neither are they. Your age difference is a divine distinction, and it will work for your relationship, not against it. And now, we return once more to the mystery of city. Cities hold atmospheres. They carry prophetic meaning. And in the spirit realm, God often marks certain places as meeting points, holy intersections where stories converge. The angels say, you may be led to a city for work, but it will turn out to be a city for worship. You may go for school or ministry or to help a friend, but God will use that journey to align your path with theirs. This is why you must remain flexible, open, humble in your planning. Because when your heart is surrendered, God will move you like wind. You won't always understand the why at first, but later, you'll see the full picture. The city may not be impressive. It may be quiet, overlooked, even resisted at first. But if God has marked it, it is holy. Let God choose the place. Let God choose the hour. Let God choose the path that brings your two hearts together. even if it requires you to leave comfort behind. This is not just about meeting a spouse. This is about obeying the Spirit. Because your union has purpose, and the city matters. The ground must be prepared for the life that will grow there. Now breathe. Let your heart be still. And let this word rest inside you like oil. If this message has been speaking clearly to you, would you subscribe for more peaceful, Spirit-led guidance? And feel free to share your reflections in the comments, or even your prayer request. This is a safe space for hearts who seek God first. And if you feel led to bless this message, you can offer a super thanks. It is not just a donation, it's an offering that helps us keep this content going, so that others in waiting, in prayer, in silence, can also be reached and comforted by the Holy Spirit. Thank you for sowing into this sacred space. Now, the angels speak one more thing, a final comfort for your soul. Do not be afraid of being wrong. Do not be afraid of missing it. You serve a God who confirms, who repeats truth gently until it settles like peace in your bones. If they are the one, you won't have to strive. You won't have to perform. You won't have to beg for signs. You will know by the fruit, by the peace, by the way your spirit rests in their presence, and you will be free. Not because the relationship is perfect, but because the foundation is holy, Spirit-built, God-breathed. There will be confirmation, spiritual clarity, and most of all, peace that surpasses understanding. You will not need to force anything. You will not need to fear the outcome, because this is not about perfection. It's about purpose, and that purpose is sealed by heaven. So now, walk forward with courage, not anxiety. Keep preparing your heart. Keep obeying God's nudges, and remain open to whoever He brings, wherever they come from. Whenever He chooses, you will not be disappointed. Because when God writes a love story, He writes it with eternity in mind, and your story is still unfolding. With grace, with beauty, and with divine precision. We'll continue again soon, beloved. But for now, rest in the quiet knowing, heaven is not confused, God is not silent, and love is drawing near. Amen. You've returned again, beloved, and I honor that. Because continuing this journey is not about curiosity anymore, it's about faith. It's about trusting God's voice above the noise. It's about choosing peace over pressure and hope over hurry. You are not just looking for someone to love. You are looking for the one heaven chose, the one whose spirit already recognizes you across time and distance. You're looking for God's will, and that desire is pure. That desire is holy. So come, sit gently in this moment. Let us walk deeper still into the mystery of your future spouse, their nationality, their age, their city. But more than facts, you are now being shown meaning, layers, symbols, spiritual design. Because what God brings together, He first prepares through time, process, and revelation. Let's begin once more with nationality, not as a label, but as a part of identity. Shaped by grace. The angels now speak about reconciliation. They say your spouse may carry wounds tied to where they're from. Perhaps cultural rejection, perhaps inherited burdens, perhaps spiritual bondage from their homeland that they have overcome through Christ. You are being sent not just to receive their love, but to love them into wholeness, to speak life over what they once hated about themselves, to honor their origin, even when they don't yet see the beauty in it. You will be a voice of restoration, a witness to their healing, and they will do the same for you. You may have carried shame about your background too, but when you meet, something will shift. The places you once saw as weaknesses will become testimonies in each other's arms. God is not simply pairing citizens of different lands. He's merging stories that will glorify Him across borders. Their nationality will not be your limitation. It will be the doorway into your shared ministry, your testimony, your calling. Do not be afraid if your union looks uncommon. What is uncommon to man is often precious to heaven. Now again, let us return to the question of age. By now, you may have accepted that God does not work by cultural timelines, but maybe you still struggle with this. What will others think? Will they understand? Will my family approve? Beloved, God never called you to please people. He called you to walk in obedience. And if your heart is at peace, that is your confirmation. People will always have opinions, but only God sees the full picture. When you stand beside this person, the age difference may be obvious, but what people will notice more is the grace, the peace, the way your spirits honor each other. You will not feel too young, too old, too fast, too late. You will feel right, whole, aligned, as if your soul recognizes theirs without effort. And this will be the sign. You won't need to shrink to match their age or stretch to feel acceptable. You will be able to stand as yourself, fully loved, fully seen. And they will feel safe to do the same. Now the angels speak of the city again. But this time, they reveal something deeper, something holy. The city is not just about geography. It's about the spiritual atmosphere. God is preparing a place that will nurture the love you've both prayed for. A city where the right mentors will surround you, where the air will feel fresh with vision, where your spiritual gifts will grow, where distractions will fall away. And this may surprise you. The city may be one neither of you currently lives in. It may be a place you've never even considered. But God is not asking you to figure it all out now. He's asking you to stay open, to be willing, to follow the small instructions when they come. The Spirit might lead you through a divine appointment, a job opportunity, an invitation to serve, or even a dream that leads to travel. However it happens, you will both arrive in the same space, not by coincidence, but by divine appointment. And when you do, you'll realize something sacred. God was never just moving people. He was building a place for you. The city won't just be where you meet. It may be where you grow, where your first home is built, where your first prayers as husband and wife rise into the sky. And it will be marked by peace, by divine rhythm, by open doors. Don't chase the city, chase obedience. And the right place will rise to meet your feet. Let's pause here, precious one. If this word has been like water to your soul, please consider subscribing for more peaceful, Spirit-led teachings. Leave a comment to share what God is showing you, or simply write your prayer request. This is a house of gentle intercession, and we will lift you up. And if this message has touched your heart, and you feel moved to support this mission, you can offer us super thanks. Every act of support helps us share God's peace with more people who are waiting in silence, hungry for truth, longing for clarity. Thank you for being a part of that. Now, let us finish this part with one final truth. You do not need to be perfect to be ready. You do not need to have it all figured out to be in alignment. You only need to be willing. Willing to be led, willing to trust, willing to let go of your timeline so you can receive God's. Because this union, it's not just about romance. It's about purpose. It's about peace. It's about two people who've been forged in the fire of delay and are now being refined in the oil of joy. The person God is sending will not complete you, but they will complement you in ways no one else could. Their culture will not confuse you, it will inspire you. Their age will not worry you, it will bless you. Their city will not intimidate you, it will feel like home. Because when it's from God, it's always bigger than what you imagined, but always better than what you planned. The angels say, continue to be faithful in the small things, the prayers, the fasting, the service, the healing. And suddenly, without striving, the doors will open, the conversation will begin, the connection will feel holy, and the journey will unfold like a river toward promise. You are so loved. And your story is not late. Your partner is not delayed. God is simply writing it all in the language of eternity. and eternity always moves at the speed of peace. We will continue in Part 6, dear one. Until then, rest, worship, and watch for the small signs, for the angels are still speaking, and God's hand is still writing.